Hello, those of you that don't know me, my name is Emma. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit today about online marketing and where you should focus your energy. Getting your business set up online can be very overwhelming. There's so many avenues and options, it can be really difficult to know where to start. So what I want to do today is spend a few minutes just sharing what I've learned. I've been managing the social media and the website for Elgin Farmers Market for the last year, and also I run a creative business. I've been doing my own website and social media for that as well. So hopefully this will allow you to make the best use of your time and really focus your energy and support your business. So first of all, social media. There are so many platforms out there that it can be difficult to know where to begin, which one to choose, which one's right for you. So today I'm going to focus on what I call the big six. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So social media takes time, it takes energy. You need to do planning, you need to create content, you need to post that content, and then you need to interact with your customers and clients and followers who take the time to interact with you. So I would suggest that you don't try and focus on all of those platforms. Pick one or two that you think will be most valuable to you, where you can engage with your customers and potential customers. So before we get started, before you pick which social media platforms you want to work with, you need a clear idea of what it is you're trying to do on social media. Why are you there? So are you trying to sell more? Are you simply wanting to engage with more people to share what you do? Do you want to generate more foot traffic if you run a restaurant or you have a physical store? Are you looking for lead generation if you're a service-based business? Are you looking to generate more contacts, more business that way? Or are you networking? You want to generate business by meeting people. You would normally do it face to face, and currently you're not able to do that, so you're looking for other avenues. Also, who are you targeting? So who are the people you're interested in connecting with? What are their age? What's their gender? What location are they in? What are their interests? And what challenges are they facing that you want to solve? Lastly, think about what type of content you have to share. So what makes you unique, and how will you show that on social media? Will it be images? Will it be video? Will it be blog posts, text content? How are you going to go about engaging with people? So for example, with the farmers market, you can see the website here, but our unique selling point is that we are very local. So we have a number of amazing vendors that sell very local produce, homemade salsas, and so that really is our unique selling point. And so we focus on providing images of what our vendors have to sell. We also focus on really promoting our vendors and allowing people to connect with them and the people who are producing their food on a very local level. And that makes us very different to where you would normally buy food from a grocery store, where there's that very big barrier between you and the producer. So that's our unique selling point, and so that's what we try to focus on. So you just need to think about what that is for you. So for example, someone like Dorothy's, the jewellers, I know that they work a lot on vintage timepieces, and so that might be something that they choose to focus on. I know they have some very wonderful, unique pieces of jewellery, so it might be that they focus on creating imagery. They're not writing blog posts necessarily. It's not going to be text-based, it's going to be very visual. And so we'll look now at the different platforms and what they offer in terms of the content and the people that you're trying to connect with. So first of all, Facebook. By far the biggest, and I would recommend that if nothing else, you do have at least a presence on Facebook, at least a business page with information about opening hours, who you are, what you do, where you are. Because when people are searching Google actually uses a Facebook presence to help it decide which local businesses to present to that search. So it is a quite a big one, I think, really. And there are ways that you can use the other platforms to link with Facebook as well, so we'll talk about that a bit later. The biggest benefit I think of Facebook is it's great for local connections. So if we look at Facebook for Elgin at the moment, there's a couple of small business forums and groups for Maynard, Elgin, Taylor, Bastrop, where you can share your business, you can generate interest, you can answer questions of people who may be looking for a service that you're providing. It's very good for showing the human side of your business, generating conversation. It's also really good for recommendations. Your customers, existing customers, can go online and recommend you, and that sort of builds that trust. And it also has a very good, very reasonably priced advertising platform, so you can do very targeted local or interest-based or age-based or service-based advertising for not very much money. So the next one I want to talk about is Twitter. Now, I don't have a huge amount of experience with Twitter. It's not a platform that I've ever felt comfortable engaging with, but that doesn't mean it's not right for you, and I did want to touch on it because it is a very big platform. So Twitter's great for generating conversation. It's very good for sort of small text-based content, very good for showing expertise and being able to sort of delve into a conversation, and it's also very good for customer service as a way of connecting with your customers and people that are engaging with you. The next one I want to talk about is LinkedIn. Now, this one's very specific in that it is very much business to business. So if you're someone who is selling soaps or a restaurant, you may not find this platform useful. If you are a caterer who's looking to other businesses, that may be useful. If you're looking to network, it's also a great platform. So I use it in my professional capacity as a web designer. I use it to look for new projects, new connections. I use it to follow colleagues, to recommend them, and hopefully have them recommend me. It's great for lead generation, partnership building, and a little known fact about LinkedIn is it's actually great for content as well. So if you have blog posts or if you are posting about your business, it's a great way of building reputation and showing expertise in your field, and it can really help build connections and reputation. Pinterest is our next one. This one is very lifestyle based, very image based. So it's great for generating sales because a lot of people plan a purchase via Pinterest, so they'll create a board of things that they like before making a purchase. It really lends itself to fashion, to decor, to travel, to food, to art. My friend Stacey, who runs Bean and Noodle, and many of you will know, has a great Pinterest board for Bean and Noodle, and here she's posting not just products that she sells, but also blog posts. She does interviews with other local businesses and creatives. She's sharing ideas for recipes, as well as posting about her products. So what this gives her customers is a really clear idea of who she is, her personality, and how they might use her products. So, this is great for Thanksgiving, and here's a recipe that can help spread that engagement and really generate content, generate buzz, and actually give people something to follow, something of interest, to stay connected. And so when she launches a new product, she's got that following already. And I love this page. I think it's a wonderful thing to look at. So this might work very well for someone like a hair salon, for example. You could have a board for short crops, you could have a board for long locks, you could have a board for something a bit different, the green hairstyles and the shaved hairstyles, and you can include not only your own cuts that you've done for your customers, but also ideas and things you like, and just really build up that personality. It's also great for travel. If you're selling the sort of a COVID friendly camper or holiday, camper van holiday or trip somewhere in Texas, you can build up a board that shows some great pictures and some great imagery to go with that. So moving on from Pinterest, we take a look at Instagram. So I've already shown you briefly the Elgin Farmers Market Instagram. So again, very, very image based, although they're we're obviously using little bits of text here and there. using some video as well when relevant. But Instagram is great for storytelling. So one of the things I've been doing here is to share reasons to shop at your local farmers market. So for seasonal vegetables, and there's a number of posts here that people can click through. And then there are a number of these dotted about. So there's another one here, and there's another one that I'll be posting this week before this market. So really sort of telling a story and giving something people to follow, and a reason for them to come back and to stay interested and to stay connected with you, so that when you do want to push that sales pitch or that product, you have that following, that dedicated following. You're not just sell. You're actually giving them something in return. The last one I wanted to talk about is YouTube. So YouTube's not necessarily what I would consider a social network. YouTube, I think, is more of a way for people to learn and educate, but it can be very useful and very complementary to content that you're posting elsewhere. Tutorials, demos of your products. If you are sort of sharing recipe content, you can have a cooking tutorial. If you're selling salsa, for example, Nanny Goat Salsa, they may want to post some videos of how they're using that and how they use it in recipes and things like that. And it can be a bit of a steep learning curve and a bit daunting to make videos. I know that making this one was not the most comfortable experience for me, but most phones and cameras can create good enough quality video for that. So that was a very brief introduction into social media. We will be featuring more information in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that. Before I finish today, I do want to touch a little bit on websites and whether you need a website as well as the social media content that you're creating. And the short answer really is yes, but it doesn't need to be expensive and it doesn't need to be extensive. It can be very simple. Just a single page that tells people what you do, where you are, and what your opening hours are is enough. Customers take businesses with websites more seriously. They're seen as more trustworthy, more reputable. It can also be a great place to share permanent content, so menus, for example, or to answer questions that your customers regularly ask, so they're not searching through Facebook or they're not having to contact you, and that saves you time as well if you're not having to repeatedly answer questions. And it also provides you with a place to create a consistent feel and a consistent message. So when you're posting on Facebook or Instagram, you're a small part of someone's bigger feed where there's a lot more content, and you're competing. With your own website, it's all about you and you have complete control. Also, if you sell products, I think creating an e-commerce site, although daunting, it can increase your market quite significantly from your local area to that sort of wider international, really, world is your oyster. And there are a number of websites that do make it very easy for you to do that. So for a simple free website, I would take a look at Wix, at Squarespace, and at WordPress. So WordPress is the one I've used for the farmers market here. And what we've done really is just to create a space where it's somewhere we can put news, information about pre-ordering directly with vendors during COVID, reasons to visit the market, and then a space for us to highlight vendors. So some of our vendors don't have their own online space. Some of them are on social media, but many don't have a website. So what we've aimed to do with our website, really to support them and to, as part of their membership of the market, is to provide a space where we can have a bit of information about them, information about how people can direct order, information about social media if they're there, and then sort of linking through to related vendors as well. On top of that, we're keeping sort of permanent information here, so information about joining the market. So we have our membership forms, booth fees, useful links. So this is a one-stop shop. We can direct people here, and we don't have to keep sharing it over and over. And we are sort of part of our plan to increase the website is including recipes and seasonal information about the types of food and vegetables that grow seasonally in Texas, and how you might use those in a recipe or to encourage people to come to the market and to shop at the market instead of maybe their local grocery store or national grocery store. The last point I want to make, really, so social media is great for supporting your business and for giving you that wider audience. It isn't a quick win. It does take time, but it doesn't need to be scary. And a lot of people, I think I certainly do, I worry about making mistakes. I worry about posting something and it not getting any traction or any likes. And I worry about, perhaps if I want to change direction, I've already done all these posts and they don't match. Just try it out. Just try something. If it doesn't work, try something else. That's certainly been my approach with the farmers market, and it will continue to be my approach with the other sort of business things that I get involved with. So that's everything I have for you today. Like I said, we will be posting more and getting into more detail about sort of individual areas in the next few weeks. So keep an eye on the Chamber website and their social media for more. Thank you very much. Bye.